Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Joker Rogers. Coming up on the program today, well, many are feared dead after attacks on a mosque in Yola, Adamawa State, while another 6 people die in an early morning suicide attack in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital. Residents in Akwa Ibom react to the order for fresh governorship elections in 18 of 31 local government areas. And the food basket of Nigeria, Benue State takes a look at the bigger picture. Well, we start off the program with some sad news. The killing just doesn't stop. Many people are now feared dead after a bomb exploded at a mosque in Jimbutu town, Yola, Adamawa State. The bomb went off just as worshippers were getting ready for prayers. Well, our correspondent in Yola says that some of the residents in the area are protesting against what they perceive as the poor handling of the situation by soldiers, forcing the troops to shoot in the air. Well, that happened this afternoon. Well, just earlier today, 6 people also died after a bomb went off at a mosque behind the Magistrate Court Polo area in Maiduguri, Borno State at about 5:30 a.m. today. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, says that the bomb was detonated by a suicide bomber during the early morning prayers. Rescue officials have concluded search and rescue efforts while the injured have been taken to hospitals within Maiduguri. Well, today's bombing is coming about a week after 26 persons were killed in multiple female suicide bombings in Maiduguri. The 3 female suicide bombers stormed Umarari Malai suburb of Maiduguri and detonated improvised explosive devices simultaneously, killing 26 people and injuring many others. Well, let's get more on the situation in Maiduguri. Earlier today, we spoke to the Northeast Coordinator of the National Emergency Management Agency, that's Mohammed Kana, and he told us how the rescue operations were carried out.
Morning prayer, very early in the morning, a suicide bomber detonated a bomb inside and killed about 6 people, including the bomber himself. And about 17 people were injured, and then out of them, 5 were seriously injured. They were taken to the teaching hospital, Maiduguri, and then 12 were taken to the specialist hospital, Maiduguri. By the time we take them to the trauma center, the doctors will take over. We have various rescue efforts by the doctors without borders, and then and then the hospital doctors also, they will take over the treatment, and then certain people, where the most critical one, then they will be referred to the teaching hospital. And this is exactly what happened before we left.
Well, families affected by the multiple blasts in Damaturu, the Yobe State capital, 3 weeks ago, have been given food and non-food items as temporary relief for their sufferings. Now, the National Emergency Management Agency visited the victims and other internally displaced persons occasioned by the insurgency, seeking ways to reduce their hardship. Majority of those in need were children whose parents and siblings were either killed in the blast or are in critical conditions in hospital.
This is Damaturu Specialist Hospital, where victims of the bomb blast, which occurred 3 weeks ago, are receiving medical attention. A visit here reveals that some of the victims have multiple fractures, while others are yet to recover from trauma as a result of the blast. But the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, is making interventions to relieve the victims.
We are not unaware of the fact that most of them are trooping in here, and adequate preparation has been put in place to get them shelter, get them food, get them hygienic needs in line with global best practices.
At the internally displaced persons camp at Kukareta in Damaturu, These IDPs now live here after the wave of attacks from neighboring towns by the suspected Boko Haram militants. NEMA is not leaving these victims to fate, as it is also providing relief support for them. Now, these settlers seem to have a sense of hope, as the secretary of the Cattle Breeders Association expresses gratitude for the help.
We have nothing to say conclusively than to thank you and request the federal government to give you more fund and be releasing funds whenever you requested it.
As the gratitude keeps pouring from the IDPs, this could also mean we want more of your support to save innocent lives.